Hey, so big news. Real big news happening. It's the 27th of September, and you know what that means, right? Well, unless you don't know me personally, that means it is my birthday, the day I was born. Back in 20 years ago, I'm 20 years old. 2 decades of life. I almost can't believe it myself. I've been alive for 2 decades, 20 whole years. I knew I would make it this far, and I'll probably make it far enough to meet at least the average human lifespan of like 80 years. But it's a milestone. It's like your 10th birthday, you know? My 10th birthday was a big milestone. We made a big deal out of it. We had fireworks, we had a cake, like big cake, and a bonfire, and pizza, and a big party full of the relatives and stuff. I suspect there might be some fireworks when I celebrate tomorrow. I very rarely actually celebrate my birthday on the day, you know. I sometimes celebrate it a day before, a day after. This is like supposed to be the age I start thinking about the future. The age I start thinking about what I'll do, where I'm going, how I'm gonna live a life, how I'm gonna leave the nest and all that, get a job, have a family, live out my days. All the normal human stuff. And just like everyone else, I'm very uncertain. I don't know where to go. I was pretty average, probably below average in terms of academic skills. I don't know where I can go, what I'll do. All I know is that I have to do them, or else what will I be? What will I be if I don't get a job, go to college, have a family, work at that job until I'm 65, and live in retirement? My grandpa, my grandpa Cox, my father's father, he sent me a birthday card, and it was like pretty much the only birthday card he sent that got to me on time, it got to me the day before, the 26th, which is almost unheard of. He sends them in a way that, like, they always arrive late, but this one arrived early for a change. It had $5, He always sends $5, and he also said to enjoy life while I was young. And I realized that despite being 2 decades old, I'm still considered young. I'm still like a kid in the eyes of the older people. In the eyes of someone who's 30 or 40 or 50, I'm still a kid. They say college kids when they're like 20 or 25. I'm still considered really young. But I'm expected to be so independent when children are notoriously dependent on their family. I don't even know what I want as a job. I don't even know what career I want to pursue. If I'll even get there. I don't know if I'm gonna be like an animal scientist. I don't know if I'm gonna be a mechanic, even though I don't like cars. I don't know if I am going to like work at a restaurant. I probably am gonna work at a fast food restaurant though. It's like an entry level job. But, like, so many things, so much to do, and stuff. $10 is a long time. 10 years feels like a different era of my life. When I was 10 years old, I still had a stuffed animal that I slept with. I still had I still lived in my great-grandparents' house with a huge yard that was like the size of 3 backyards in a suburban area. I still ran around and lifted rocks up to see the bugs underneath. I still had a father. Now, 10 years after that, mom's making do with what life dealt with her. Same with me. My mom's working at nights, sleeping all day so she could work at night. I have to take care of the kids. I have to pick them up from school and help them and stuff. I mean, my mom isn't absent, but it's a lot more to deal with now. I mean, I have been dealing with that for, like, was it 3 or 4 years? Since 2017, I've had to deal with having more responsibility. I just don't know what to do. But it's not like I'm afraid of being 20. I'm not afraid of aging that much. Yeah, I'm still excited to be almost the legal drinking age. All the things I will get to do. I'm just wondering if I'll ever be ready. Like, to actually be ready for all of this new stuff that adults have to do. I also heard that the passage of time goes differently for older people than for younger people. To a child, to a 3-year-old kid, 5 minutes seems like an eternity. But to someone who's at least 20 years old, seems like yesterday since I was 18. Seems like a day or so ago since I graduated from high school. Seems like, don't get me wrong, it still seems like a long time ago since 2017 or something. But then it doesn't seem that long ago when I actually think about how long ago 2017 was. We moved out of our house in like early 2020, right when this pandemic stuff started. Right when the news headlines were talking about coronavirus. Back in February and March and April 2020, we moved out and we moved here like 2.5 to 3 hours away. And then it was a year of it being in the same house as my aunt until we got a house of our own. I graduated in 2021. Over a year ago. Or, sorry, 2 year. What? 2022. I graduated in 2020. Yeah, over a year ago. I don't know, man. I'm sorry if there are long pauses. I'm just trying to find words to describe my situation and my headspace and stuff. I gotta get a better camera. This guy looks really nice. The stars look so pretty. Even during these cold, almost autumn nights. I live right on the edge of town, so there's little to no light pollution. It's also a really small town, so still little to no light pollution. That was one of my main fears of moving here, is that there will be too many lights in this town to even see the stars. It's not so bad. Not so bad.